So, in 1994, I made this painting, and you can probably see that, I'll zoom in on it in a minute, but you can probably see the technique that I was using was a little bit different. The painting looks different, it looks looser, less accurate. At that time I didn't worry too much about small details, or the accuracy of small details. And it was painted wet and wet, something I don't do very often anymore. So, I haven't painted that many sunflower paintings in my life, maybe a dozen. Always liked them, always enjoyed them. We like this one quite a bit. We gave it to, or I gave it to my in-laws, to my wife's parents. We've hung on to it for a while now. Well, it's been a few years. My in-laws have passed away a few years back now. So we're going to include that in the fall show. There were a couple of things, you know, it has some sentimental value, but you can't hang on to everything that has sentimental value because you'll just keep needing a bigger house and a bigger house. And paintings take up a lot of wall real estate. So you have to pick and choose. If somebody else were to change it, yeah, you know, that would have some questionable ethics maybe. I don't know. That's up to them. You know, if somebody else owns it. I know that some of you will yell at me through the screen saying, "What are you selling that for?" Because it was, you know, it has some sentimental value to it, but you have to pick and choose. And in the situation we're in now, I have a lot of things from my own parents and my wife's parents and what have you, and we would end up living in a culvert with all of our other stuff. We don't need more stuff. What we need is a place to live. That's proving to be pretty tough right now. So the choice is to move it on. Something I liked, well, okay, I like a lot about this painting. I like the entire painting. I always have quite a bit. I felt that even though the painting is quite loose, and I wanted it to appear a little bit disorganized, it gives the painting life actually, and movement, but I had that this was a little disorganized in here, just an area in here. Also, this leaf went right across, so what I ended up with was kind of a line across the painting here. I wasn't too fond of that. We wanted more of a crown. So I've cut into this, shortened this leaf, changed the shape a little bit. I've laid a few highlights on leaves in places. Laid a few more highlights on petals in places. And I can keep going and going and going. The longer I sit this close to the painting, the more tempted I am to keep working on it. That would not be a good idea, because the painting would lose its life. It would lose that which I really enjoy about it. So, yeah, after, what is this? I painted this in '94. Okay, that's a few decades. So after that time, I am releasing it for sale. And the good thing is about a painting, even no matter how much you like it, if you put it up and somebody else buys it, somebody else is enjoying it. And isn't that the idea, right? Let as many people as possible enjoy it. So anyway, this is this one. I still have this thing, which is actually becoming a pain in the butt. I painted these trunks in light, and the rocks were light, and it was all very insipid and two-dimensional, and didn't like it. By thinning off paint and making this dark again, now we have some contrast again. Now we have some drama. So I'm going to keep all of this area dark, maybe up into this foliage a little darker as well. And that way we can focus on our strengths back here, and it'll make that background pop a little more. So I'm continuing to play with that. In fact, I'll probably do that, play on this for a while this afternoon. Alrighty, so that's it for the moment, but If I promise to zoom in, I should zoom in. See, I like the, even though it's background, there's quite a bit of life in it. You could see all the brush strokes. And there are imperfections all over the place. And it's those imperfections that keep this painting interesting, in my opinion. See, we almost get down to abstraction towards the bottom there. That's fine. Look at all the movement. I find it difficult to paint like this nowadays. Maybe you could say my style or technique has developed, but on the other hand, sometimes it would be fun if I didn't have to hold myself back from being anal retentive. If I could just naturally throw a painting together like that. They're more fun. They're just more fun. But that's a matter of taste. You know, a lot of people like the work that I'm doing now better than the work then. So it's all subjective. Okay, see you soon.